I want to draw attention to one last thing before we're done. And this is about, we've been talking about how individual communion distorts communion because it's an oxymoron. There's another thing that distorts communion and the sharing element of this meal. And that is what I've alluded to already. That's divisions. Divisions in the body. Now, we'll start with the innovation of individual cups into the communion. The introduction of individual cups is recorded in the churches of Christ, let me say, in the churches of Christ, in the early 1900s, is recorded by a preacher named G.C. Brewer in his book, The 40 Years in the Firing Line. He said, a good many of the fights that I have made have been with my own brethren on points where I believe them to be in the wrong. I think I was the first preacher to advocate the use of the individual cup, and the first church in the state of Tennessee that adopted it was the Church of Christ where I was preaching. But my next work was with the church at Columbia, Tennessee, and after a long struggle, I got the individual communion service into that congregation. It's sadly ironic that that's how individual cups came into the communion service. The communion service. Something that the many who are one body are supposed to be reminded of the unity in the body of Christ. This is crazy that this is the introduction of how it came into the church.